What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another Saturday resume review day. I'm here in my boy band t-shirt that everyone loves to hate on. I'm here in my garage. Got my Lamborghini here. As you guys know, every Saturday I make resume reviews. If you want to send in your resume, there's my email in the description below. There's always a little bit of a line. It's a Patreon perk. If you want me to review it right away, there's a link in the description for the Patreon. It supports the channel, and as you know, I don't feel guilty shilling this anymore because this is my full-time job. This is what I do. I make videos to help you guys get jobs and help you get your foot in the door so that you can raise yourself to those upper income brackets. And no, that's not rehearsed. I know that might sound rehearsed, but I've convinced myself that, look, you want to do this, if you feel bad saying it, people are going to feel bad for you. So I don't, it is what it is. Anyways, I appreciate all the support, by the way. In the last video, everyone's like, you do you. I can't imagine. One person said, I can't imagine another person more qualified than you to be their own boss. I guess that means like I've been adamant enough about it that people have remembered that. But I appreciate all the support and all the new patrons that we have. Let me pull up the list and say thank you because so many people have joined. Let me say thank you to Louise, Kyle, DJ Richie, Vlaslo, Dave, Jeremy Prescott, Aubrey, Sean Cooper, Lincoln Barnes, Andrew Pagan, Mike Berkey, Michael, Patrick, William, Richard, Jane, Chris. This is everybody today. Kevin, Calvin, Eli, Ben. I appreciate all you. Milos, Luke, Arsalan, Patrick, Melissa, Drew, Scott David, Marco, Squirrel, Zachary, Juan, Evan, Margarita. That's such a cool name. Javier, Matilda, and my name isn't Bobby. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I say that. And I know one of the perks is that if you donate, then I'll say your name. But I think it's been long enough, and the support has just been so crazy that all of you guys deserve a shout out for really. It's taken me a while to kind of like believe in myself to be able to do this. So the fact that you guys believe in me. If you want to see more resume review Saturdays, you know what to do. Click that subscribe link. I would appreciate that. And we'll start doing some cover letter and portfolio website reviews here soon if people want to start sending them to me, but mostly it's just been resumes. But if you have like a little site that hosts all your stuff for your portfolio, well, let's review portfolio websites. In fact, that's how we're going to start this video off. So one person sent me their resume, cover, and portfolio, and I'm just going to review the portfolio there, and then we'll move on to the resumes like normal. By the way, I'm going to say this every video because it's an ongoing process. I need feedback on my website, grindreel.com. You saw that at the intro there. So since this is a resume and cover letter video, might as well talk about mine. They're on my website. You can buy them, support the channel, and everything I do. So I'm not going to show that anymore. You guys know. Okay, let's jump into the video. All right, so we got Margarita Agafonovna. Pretty cool name. So we have my work, contact skills, links to everything here. This is your angel list. I think that's the symbol for that. We have a LinkedIn, GitHub, skills, contact my work. Then you have these little accordions. I don't know if having these being in accordions are really beneficial. One thing I notice here is that when I mouse over this caret, this downward facing caret here, my mouse doesn't change to indicate that I can click that. That's a pretty big UX experience thing. When I do click it, this is kind of hard to read. Can I just click on the whole thing here? Okay. So it doesn't really indicate to me that I can click this toolkit, and doesn't indicate that it will close back or that I can click on it to begin with. Another thing that I would focus on here would be to structure this similar to the resume that you have. So this is a little bit hard to read. Maybe break this out into 3 columns. You could do Bootstrap using that. And then, if you don't want to do that, just make languages bold, frameworks bold, all of these topics bold, and then maybe have this at different fonts. It's just a little bit hard to read. And on top of the white text here on this light gray background is also a little bit hard to read. Projects. I like these screenshots showing that they're mobile. So they're for desktop and the responsive, desktop responsive. And then you're using the skills that you have here. So this is actually pretty neat. Then you have a link to the actual app. And there's no GitHub for this, custom WordPress theme. I know that you don't really need a WordPress. If it's a custom theme, you could still host your PHP files somewhere. Quiz game, that's pretty cool. Tamagotchi Simulator, HTML5 Canvas. I mean, that's still, I would still want to see the HTML for that. And then we have a talk to me here. So, yep. And then your message. Okay, one thing I'm noticing with this material design, I'm not sure exactly what you're using here. The main thing I wanted to point out here is this. If I click away from this section, it minimizes, and I don't really know where this section begins and ends. So if I click, this is a full row, but it's transparent, so if I click, it disappears. How I would do this, I would treat this as a modal, and it would just be, I maybe change talk to me into like reach out to me. Let's work together. Let's partner, something like that. Maybe not talk to me. And then have this like be a modal that pops up just in the screen, so they can scroll back up while they're filling out their information or something like that. Your message here, your message is not sitting on the line, whereas these are pretty much just, these are sitting on the line, whereas this line height is a lot higher. Then we have a subject here, which doesn't match the color scheme. This is purple and the other ones are pink. And then it does have some validation, so that's good. I'm not sure what you're using to submit this as far as like the back end. So I like all this. I feel like these look like buttons a little bit. Maybe indicate that, I mean, I get that they're the skills you're using, but maybe indicate that somehow with a little like skills and then a horizontal raise across, like a little bar, that I can see that these are skills. Oh, okay. And they're all responsive, so that's good. I don't necessarily know if you need to put responsive on each one because you have the little phone icon there, a phone image that shows that it's responsive. The toolkit's really cool. I feel like you could expand upon this a lot, especially with like some core technologies. So like maybe use some images, like JavaScript has an image, TypeScript, HTML5, CSS. Those are typical images that sit in like their little, I don't know, they look like badges almost, frameworks. You could get images of the frameworks. You could really redo this. I like the color scheme though. The color scheme definitely works. Maybe change this to pink or your purple that you're using here. It's just a little bit difficult. And again, I'm not sure if these benefit from shrinking and opening like that. And then I would just make this a button that opens this as a modal and adjust the spacing with your message down there. One thing that we definitely need to add on here is a link to your PDF resume. So maybe have this that like a little button down below your name here that says resume, and you just click it, boom, takes you right to the resume. Okay, make sure it opens in a new tab, right? So target equals blank, so it opens a new tab at the top so they don't navigate away, and then they can just come back to this and be like, oh, that's kind of neat, let's go look at her projects now, and then you can come down and click this. What's also really cool, I don't know if you want to do this, but if you made this in this desktop app like a GIF, like a moving, you know, like an example usage of it, to show it being used, and then just have this mobile version static. Or this is definitely good, definitely on the right track. I feel like it could just be streamlined, and there's a little weirdness with the UX going on. But overall, thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for sending in your resume, cover letter, and this, and willing to let me review this for the videos on Saturday. So thanks so much, and if you make these improvements, let me know, and I'll look at it again, and we can talk about it. Alright, so we got Werner. Feels like that's not your first name. Alright, anyways, we got your resume here. There's a few things instantly that I noticed just right away, right off the bat here. We got eye for detail, that's a good one. Loyalty. Never talk about that when you apply to a job. Quick and efficient, they expect that. Professional experience, they expect that. Solution oriented, that's pretty good. It's more of a soft skill though. Good listening skills, that's expected. Eye for detail, you could probably keep that. Good relational skills. Relationship, relational. Not sure what that means. Dependable and flexible, all these are expected. Strong linguistic skills. Not necessarily like a skill, they expect that. Ability to, with high pressure. If you're applying to sales job, maybe keep that. Higher level of confidentiality. Okay, and so then we have proven ability, dependable, exceptional integrity, dependability. All right, so there's a duplicate word there. Handle extreme confidential information with utmost discretion. You just said that here, and here, and here. Demonstrated capacity to provide comprehensive support. Capable to use own initiative. I mean, I like that you're doing all of the action words and there's not like any first person anywhere, but like, I'm not sure what this is. About myself and personality traits. No one really looks at these. They will get that in the interview. About myself, you don't really have an about yourself there. What I would add here instead would just be like a little sentence just going across. My name is Werner. I am passionate about IT and management, and I have X years experience, and that's it. And I would delete the rest of this. You don't need any of this. And then we have proven ability. So I don't get what's happening here. Like, you have a list of adjectives and things that describe you, and then we have a bulleted point list, which is like more about you, and was almost a duplicate of these soft skills that you listed. So I'm not sure what this does. You could just clear this. Like, where are the actual skills here? When I say actual skills, I'm like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office, JavaScript, CSS. Like, what I want to see skills. Where are they at? Like, and the fact that these are like two different formats. We have like just a list and then like a bulleted point list, and it doesn't really say much, and you have this big block of white space. There's a lot that could be corrected in this area. So what I would do was add about myself. Yep, had that little blurb going across. Then replace this with skills, and then do a bulleted point list of your skills. Career overview, experience in IT. I mean, I like this. I've never seen this section before, but I'm not opposed to it. I like it. Setting up. Right, so that's good. This is like a history of everything you're good at. That's good. There's a lot of white space here, a lot of white space here, here, and then a whole lot of white space here. So this is your website. Got an email. Can I get a LinkedIn? Let me get that LinkedIn. Okay, so this is your current IT technician. Desktop support. Okay. So, like, when I say skills, like, what skills do you use to do this? What software do you use to do this? Talk about this. Like, talk about all this, like, in-house software. Even if it's in-house or it's, like, proprietary, talk about your skills. And then you can elaborate on that when you get the job. Right, so we're at current, 2016, 2017, 2014, we're at 2010, 2014, 2009, 2010, 2008, 2005. Okay, so this is like your complete history of you. We don't need that, man. We don't need anything. We don't need anything else. Just maybe your first few jobs here, which is what I think you got. And yeah, I would just remove this page entirely. Like, this is what LinkedIn is for. You don't have to list all this stuff. This is what LinkedIn is for. So you don't have to list your entire life history. You just link what's relevant to the job. And then, yeah, we don't have to go back in time. Education, high school, junior leadership, looks good. I'm not 100% sure I would list these. I would rather see projects. So on-job training, extensive stuff. So these are your skills, right? So this is your on-job training. You need to replace that. Go all the way back up here at the top and put that up there. This should not be so far down. I want to see what you can do and if this can match what I need for the job. Information, never put your age, right? So you're 37, never put your age. That will eliminate you. People will be like, well, that's illegal. Yeah, it's illegal, but it still happens. Like, you can't discriminate. People do. Driver's license code B, this is irrelevant. Notice period available immediately. I wouldn't put that either. I would use that time to negotiate. I'd be like, yeah, well, I'm gonna need 2 weeks, and then you can think about it, come back with like an offer letter that wants more money. Marital status, what? Don't put that. Nationality, they'll figure that out from your address, or you can just talk about it. You are profiling yourself so that they don't have to. Don't do that. Don't put information in people's minds that they may or may not have prejudgments about. And as much as that sucks to say, that's how the world works. So I would avoid putting any of this there. I would rather surprise someone and be like, oh, you don't sound like you're from the U.S. Oh yeah, I'm from South Africa, right, bro? Like, I don't know how the accent goes, but you get it. Okay, so we got this reference page. Don't put this reference page. Definitely don't. We don't need this. Add this to your cover letter. Make it available. References upon request at the bottom. but you don't need to put this because, like, if I open this file and I see that this scroll bar is like 9 pages long, I'm gonna be like, what is this guy telling me? Like, I just want to see if he has the skills to do it, and like his cover letter seem good. Certifications are good. They still need to go above. You have a lot of white space, and you can kill this page entirely. I really feel like you could optimize this resume to fit on one page easy. I mean, you got white space here, you got white space over here. Like, it's okay to have a couple columns, you know. Maybe put this other professional experience here, shrink them down. I like the descriptions. Descriptions are good, overseeing daily quality. Supporting users, yep, looking good. Like, all this, the language is good. Descriptions are good. I'd like to see some benefits of what you did, though. You know, support of remote users connecting via XYZ, but support of how many users? Support of 100,000? Support of 5? Like, there's a huge difference in that skill. So try to add a little bit of a description when you talk about these things. There's a lot we could do here, and then also, you know, add your LinkedIn up here. But so this picture, don't put images of yourself on your resume. People are judgmental. That's how it is. You might remind them of someone they may not like, and subconscious will take over. And, you know, without thinking about, this is all bro science, right? But like, there's no reason to even give them that option. So take it away. Like, they don't need to know what you look like. You don't need to distract them with a picture of what you look like. Just paint a picture of what you can do for them and what you've done for other people. That's what you want to show. So Warner, thanks for sending it in. Make some changes, and I think it'll be all right. All right, next up we got Lacan, my dude. All right, let's take a look here. Shrink down this link. 100% LinkedIn, shrink this down. This is way too long. You've already done that here, lower. I've already looked at this, but right here you have a link that's just, it links to wherever it needs to go. And then here you have a link. So what I would do is take this one here and I would put that there. So I would shrink this down to just say LinkedIn and then make it clickable so it goes to your LinkedIn page. Professional summary. This isn't a summary. Seeking the position. Also, don't put this, right? Seeking position, whatever. Don't limit yourself. Don't put a label on yourself before they can give you a label. I had a junior level job that was just called software developer, right? And they, you know, if I had said, I'm looking for a junior, well, we're hiring software developers. Like, what does that mean? It's subjective to every company. Take that out. And then also, these skills got to go up here. They got to go above your professional summary, 100%. Capable of quickly learning, delivering solutions. This is a soft skill. This is expected of you. If anything, talk about it on your resume, or I mean your cover letter. Coordinating assist developers, extensive knowledge, developing single page applications. Awesome. What does that mean? I would talk about this. Involved, experience. Okay, so you're talking about your skills here, but what does that mean? Extensive knowledge. Define extensive knowledge. What have you done that makes it extensive? Well, honestly, dude, this is just like, put this stuff on your cover letter. Like, this is great, but I would put this stuff on your cover letter and then customize it to match what the job that you're applying to says. And then, you know, if the job says, I want you to have experience with React.js and Redux, you could be like, well, I have experience in React.js, components, forms, events, keys, routers, plus Redux animations, Flux concept. You know, then you could toss that on there. If they say they want Bootstrap Foundation CSS, you can be like, oh, good experience, customize. What is good experience? That's subjective. But you get it, right? Put that on your cover letter and then bump these technical skills up. Education, experience. Education irrelevant, put education at the bottom. All the way down here. And then make sure on your cover letter, if you need a visa, I'm not sure if you do or not, but I'm assuming I see your undergrad here is in India, and you put your master's here, it's in the United States. So on your cover letter, make sure to indicate that you need a visa. It's not a make or break deal, just indicate it up front so they don't have to go searching. If they see it on a resume first, and then they're like, oh, and they gotta go, like, they gotta start thinking, then that's not good. You don't want them to do that. Just be upfront about it, right? Don't waste everyone's time. It's either yes or no. You make these changes for the right reason, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Can I see this? multi-educational social networking portal. Like, can I get a link? That sounds kind of neat. Let me get a link. Add that right there. One thing I noticed that these two fonts are different. This is a serif font, and this is a sans serif font. This looks like you came back in and added this post, and then it's not the same font. You need to uniform that. That stuck out to me pretty big. Zen, Softtech, duties. Yeah, these are all good. Can I get a link to that website? What did you do? You got more links here. I need links. I need to see these things. You have projects, but you definitely need to flip your project experience, put it below your technical skills. And so if you wanted to have a professional summary, maybe just keep one of these, maybe just one, and then expand on it, but don't put it in a bullet point. Don't make it a list. It's just a little sentence about you. And then you have a portfolio website. I'm not sure. I'd like to see a portfolio website. Other than that, I mean, there's a lot of optimizations you could do here and just some relocations of some stuff. What I would do here is indicate maybe your experience with some bold. Role, web developer, intern. They don't need to know that. They don't need to know that you're an intern. Just put web developer. If they ask your experience, oh, I was junior. The difference between intern and junior is you graduating your class, and slowly your responsibility goes up over time. Like, there's no difference. In reality, there's no difference when you take an intern job and then when you're like a junior, fresh out, like college grads developer. Really not that much of a difference in responsibility. The only difference is the title change when you get the paper. Yeah, everything else is good. Just make these changes. I think you'll be in good hands, man. All right, next up we got Oscar, the final resume for this video. Let's go ahead and take a look here. You got your address. Willing to relocate, cell phone, email, website. Got a website, but do you have a LinkedIn? Can I get that LinkedIn? One major thing here, it's just a design thing from my perspective. Leave your name centered. Make this text align left. This kind of looks odd underneath the bar that it's not centered. I'd put this left align. Education up here at the top. I don't think it's that important. I'd take these, put it down at the bottom below. Maybe before awards. Maybe before awards, underneath your experience. You have technology skills. You got a whole lot of technology skills. In fact, these are all great skills, by the way. Okay, so you kind of have it organized. You have front-end skills here. I mean, I can see it. Let me change the color to like gray or something. I can see that you have it organized here. Then you have back-end skills, which is also kind of organized here, but it drops down to a second line, and I didn't really understand that organization. Application software, Git, npm create React app. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you could use this boilerplate as application software. npm's good. Yeah, that's Node, Webpack. Yeah, I can understand how that works. Unit testing with Jest. Yeah, that's good to list. Create React app. Man, that's just boilerplate. npm start kind of deal. I don't know if I could let you get away with that one. Depends. Other software. MATLAB. Yep, looks good. Octave, Skype, Business. Okay, so again, it drops down to a new line. I didn't understand that. So what I would do, it would be front end, back end, application software, and then other software, maybe project management. Don't put other software, put project management. Like, they have uses. This project management. E-commerce manager. Yeah, this looks awesome. So experience really good. Can I see the company that you worked at? So what I would do I'd want to see the e-commerce website, see what you did there. Add maybe a link so I can look at it. Templating with Liquid, yep. So I'm assuming this was a Shopify because Shopify uses Liquid. CSS, jQuery source from our partners. Extracting data sheets, satisfy questions answered. Could you be a little bit more detailed here? Extracting data from specification sheets over twice a week, or 100,000 specification sheets, 1,000. Sourcing information from partners' contacts. That makes sense. Fashioning a wide, accessible, open culture. I don't know if I'd put fashioning. I'd probably use like driven, drive. One of those words. I drove an accessible and open culture where teammates and I can intervene to solve any set of problems together. I don't know, intervene if that's the right word. I would say collaborate to solve any set of problems. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Web development. Is this like personal projects? Okay, dev network, LinkedIn clone. That's cool. I would shorten this, by the way, and just have it say LinkedIn clone, then make it clickable. Token based, yep. Password hashing, fetch data, form validation, that's awesome. Email plus, that's cool. Again, do the same thing with the link, make it clickable. Payment system via Stripe, that's pretty chill. Awards, employee of the month. I would maybe flip-flop these. Awards are good. I'm not saying don't do it, right? This is good that you're like hard worker, but I would put your skills, because your skills are more relatable to this profession than the awards. Like, this is a good work ethic. It shows about your personality and character, but when it comes to matching the job, now you go to Coding Meetup Fiend, that's awesome. Spoken languages, yeah, that's probably pretty good. I don't know if I would count this as other skills and activities. Fluent in Spanish, written spoken native, okay. I'm not sure about the skill thing, right? Because you're from Texas. I get that Texas has a large Hispanic population, so that might be good if you're applying locally. But if you're applying remote, I might take that away. Scuba diver, advanced open water certified. That's pretty sweet. So I assume you do that like off the coast of Texas somewhere. That sounds pretty cool. I don't know if I would add that though. Maybe if it seems like a laid-back culture, if it seems like they're putting emphasis on culture, if you do a screening and they're like asking you about culture, you can like read LinkedIn posts and you see people that work there are writing blogs about it, and they're like, on Friday we had like team collaboration day where we all signed up to go scuba diving or played Twister or something. I don't know. Stuff like that would make it obvious to me that you could indicate that you like to do other things outside of work that are fun. But if the culture of the company doesn't seem that way, if it's corporate large, you're just a number, badge in, badge out, then I would probably remove that. But if it paid a lot, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. No judgment here. Experience, web dev, email plus. Yeah, I mean, this is all good. Do the left align thing. What you're missing here is a direct link to your GitHub. I can see your, well, actually, these aren't even. Yeah, I'm gonna need a link to your LinkedIn, which was this thick blue line, and then I'm going to need another one here for your LinkedIn. And then let's talk about yourself. Like, obviously you have history doing this. Let's have a little description of what you do, what you're into. You like I don't know, maybe software management with a passion and focus on e-commerce, something like that. I don't know, that would be kind of neat. That's just something that I gathered from this, working towards emphasizing more development or something. I don't know. IT manager, currently moving towards software development. IT manager, currently emphasizing software development with a focus on software development, with a passion for software development. You get it, right? Because that's what you're trying to do here. I mean, I can see that from your resume. Yeah, so those are the changes I would make, Oscar. Thank you for sending it in, sir. And I think you'll be good. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hit that little subscribe button. I'd appreciate that. You can go check out my resume and cover letter if you want a template to base yours off of. It's kind of how I base these reviews. Anyways, they're on my website, grindreel.com/job-prep. So I will see you in the next video, and have a good night.